Okay, so we'll start again. Okay, this is recording number 2, 11th of November, and Will is going to talk us through a little bit about analytics. Go ahead, Will, take it away.
Okay, thank you. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you 3 different analytical tools that you can use to get some information about the data. So the first one is Google Lighthouse. So we're on the Silent Alumni page now, and if I right-click with my mouse, then go to Inspect, we come to this bit here. Now at the top, where it's right next to sources, you'll see an arrow that's pointing to the right. All you need to do is just click that, and then click on the option that reads Lighthouse. Now it comes to this little page here, so you can choose to show it for either mobile or desktop. Let's do desktop first. Once you've selected that, then you just need to click this button, which generates a short report. And this will show you how well it's performing. Usually takes about 10 seconds or so to load. So as you can see here, this breaks down its performance, accessibility, current practices, and how well it's optimized for SEO. So if we scroll down, you can see the performance is somewhere in the middle, just above the 70% option. It usually goes to green when it's just above 80. So if you scroll down here, you can see all the things that are kind of reducing its optimization. Primarily, it's significantly large images as well, which reduce the loading times. In terms of accessibility, though, it seems to be pretty on the money with 95% accuracy. That's for mobile. You can do exactly the same with desktop. All you need to do is just change the option from mobile to desktop, obviously. That is Google Lighthouse. If we go to Google Analytics now, this one is going to be more of an overview because I won't be able to show you actual real data because that would compromise GDPR. But here it gives you a kind of overview of the amount of users that you've got in terms of the acquisition rate that you've had throughout the week, the amount of traffic that's come in, and how engaged your users are as well. These are all broken down into little subsections. It also gives you a kind of overview of how you're retaining your users and how many have dropped off as well. Lastly, there is a short overview of demographics. This is probably not going to make much sense because it's a lot easier to see with data actually populated, but because obviously it's against general data protection laws, that's kind of limited for this bit. The best tool, though, I think I could show is probably this one here, which is called SimilarWeb. This is something Mo touched on in one of his human-computer interaction lectures a few years ago. So all you do is you paste a website here. So if I paste the alumni site from Silent here, and just click search, what it will do is it will give you a breakdown of its overall rank and where its primary sources of traffic come from. It will also give you information about its bounce rate and the number of pages per visit. Also, the amount of time users spend on a page, which is approximately 5.25 seconds. If we scroll down, you can see that the majority of users come from the United Kingdom. The second highest, surprisingly, is from the US. And then it's India, Nigeria, and Estonia. But they've got a total of 247 more countries that you can see here. If you scroll down even further, this is where the real meat of it is. You can see where their actual traffic comes from. So you can see that 53.62% of it is direct. So users already know what they're searching for. They don't go up, they don't try and find it on Google, they already explicitly search for it. The second highest is search, so they'll try and search for it, and it usually is the first option in Google anyway, so that's really good. Everything else is pretty low, social media, referrals, and email, so it seems that they're entirely reliant on these to get users. And here we have a sort of sitemap for all the kind of referral sites and top destinations that Zona links to as well. And finally, if we scroll down here, this gives an overview of a comparison between organic traffic and paid traffic. And it's got an amazing 98% organic traffic coming primarily from Solent sites or Solent affiliated sites, and paid ones from various ones probably used for Google Ads. So, yeah, if we scroll down here as well, we can see that the social media is primarily YouTube that they rely on, as well as Facebook and Twitter. But it seems the amount of traffic they get is primarily from YouTube. And lastly, if you scroll down here, you can see that they also visited these specific websites as well. So it gives a kind of in-depth overview of the kind of users that are visiting Solent's page. So this might be something worth referring to if you were discussing it in the assessment. So yeah, thank you.
All right, brilliant. Thanks so much for that. Let's we'll stop the recording at that point.